We're gonna take on Arlo here, but with a twist from what this channel normally does, I would say. We're not gonna be using any accounts that are owned by me. No, actually, a friend and a viewer of this channel has actually let me kind of just do whatever with their account for the purposes of this. And so, also, this person, it is a he, but with a female avatar, as you can see on screen right here. They've let me know I can say they are a beginner, but actually some interesting Pokemon in here. But the point is, we're gonna be highlighting one Pokemon that does absolutely amazing in this fight against Arlo, and I think even if Arlo, somehow if they change their lineups, which I wish they would do, but I understand the whole coronavirus thing going on, and if you're watching this from the future where there's hopefully no coronavirus, hello. Right now, obviously though, the virus has stopped a lot of activity, basically almost all of it for Team Go Rocket for the most part. You can still fight your Grunts and Giovanni's Shadow Entei still, but the one Pokemon is going to be Stunfisk, you guys. This is absolutely insane, and actually, the Stunfisk right here, lucky that they have it because not everybody's going to have this Pokemon. I understand that. It was a little bit hard to find, but I mean, hey, you could get it from certain missions. You could also find it in the wild during that event. It was kind of semi-recently, to this recording at least. It's actually got Muddy Water, though, as the charge attack. In general, Muddy Water, they kind of say around the internets that it's got no use, with Stunfisk, really. You're gonna get stabbed with, of course, Thunder Shock, so this one actually, it's good. For the fast attack, it does have Thunder Shock. That's great. Usually can generate energy pretty well, too. So you can see, though, the thing is, Muddy Water, while it is kind of just it's not going to do a lot of damage, you're noticing how often I'm firing it off right here? I mean, look at this. We got an excellent Muddy Water off. It obviously didn't make too much of a dent in Mawile, but look, if you're somehow brand new to the Team Go Rocket stuff, and I do concede there definitely could be those of you out here who are just picking the game back up and everything like that, so welcome to fighting the Team Go Rocket leaders, by the way, but one of the aspects of any of these Team Go Rocket fights is that when you use a charge move or when they use a charge move or when either Pokemon is switched out, whether that's by fainting or by a manual switch. The Team Go Rocket side, their Pokemon are going to stand still. It's for 5 turns, which kind of equates to just about 3 seconds. And so, notice as I'm doing all these Muddy Waters, it's like I can almost do a Muddy Water and then have enough energy for another Muddy Water right away, by the time that their Pokemon start attacking. So this Steelix came out. It is actually super effective, Muddy Water is, but Steelix going to be beefy enough to kind of take those hits even at super effective damage, with a Muddy Water being a pretty weak water attack. Now, here's the thing. It's like you could even have a Swampert with Muddy Water thrown in there. Obviously, probably, you've got some more ideal movesets and things, but the point is that it can get fired off just so rapidly that these Team Go Rocket leaders, Arlo in this case, he hardly can move, you know what I mean? So our Thunder Shock maybe not doing a whole lot to the Steelix, but man, we are making a kind of a dent here with all these Muddy Waters. So again, charging that up. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see this? So this is crazy. So Stunfisk also, look at that. CP 1182, that's what we're at on this Stunfisk right here on my friend's account. I like this, by the way. I want to thank For the Love of Gaming. We didn't even say the person's name out loud, but amazing viewer and a great person overall to let us do this. I got to log into their account and everything. So it's really fun, to use somebody who, for instance, doesn't have all access to all the Pokemon that maybe I did on my account. I have a history of doing these Team Go Rocket videos with my account and my dad's account, and it's like, well, I had access to usually pretty good Pokemon, whatever I wanted to try for the most part. We're not going to say 100% of the time. I am flubbing a little bit here, but that's kind of good because it's kind of showing you like, hey, a beginner account like this, and they cleared me to say that, but it's still doing good. I mean, against Arlo's teams. I would say that a lot of the Team Go Rocket leaders on this side, this is from my opinion, but I also saw it in several of the comment sections, they were a little bit easier when their teams changed last. That was in February, you guys, so it's like it's been kind of a long time since we've had a team change. Usually the trend was that they were doing it every 6 weeks. They would change their Team Rocket lineups. Usually it was the first slot Pokemon, but sometimes the middle one could be different too, like when they had Amistar come in there. That was for Cliff, of course. Notice that we're finally actually using our second shield on his last Pokemon. Like, that's how intense that was with just Stunfisk. So that one Pokemon, Stunfisk, at that low amount on its CP, its IVs were like, I don't know, 87% or something. You can see, it just did so much, and it was even with the non-optimal movesets. So the point is, Stunfisk, absolutely amazing in this instance, I would say. And another one that actually does pretty well, it seems, was Cobalion, as it has come back around. I see people that are saying like, oh, just use Cobalion. Back when I first was recording these Team Go Rocket lineups, that again was February, Cobalion didn't have access to Sacred Sword, so it's like, I wasn't gonna use it in its old state. Sacred Sword actually way changes the game for Cobalion. It's another charge move that in the the PvE space, 3 bars. Doesn't take a lot of energy, it can get fired off pretty quickly. Fighting type attack, obviously. Different meta, but still. And hey, look at that, you're welcome. We registered Mawile to the Pokédex. So yeah, I'm kind of imagining that this is going to be like a 3 or 4 part kind of series, just using this person's account. Again, thank you so much for that. It provided something really cool, and obviously something for us to cover that's Team Go Rocket related during the quarantining, the coronavirus stuff, all of that. And I do have one other idea I'm hoping to execute on, but things have been absolutely crazy on my end. You don't have to hear about me talk about it right now. What you can do is click on an end screen on screen to be taken to another video, especially if you haven't seen any of these other Team Go Rocket fights, but I'll put an update in text in the comments. And so I'll catch you on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.